Ready to start the old first gen up?
I think so.
Got your morning go-go juice.
This would be like the perfume in your eyeball.
You know, Kenny actually came up with a good saying for your pink monsters. Yeah. He called them ninja fuel. we're gonna call this first gen fuel. I barely even got you spraying in there. You want to spray a little bit more? Oh my gosh! Oh, too much ether. That's why I didn't start. Ether actually kills batteries. Didn't you know that? Holy smokes! This thing has been sitting here for quite a while. In other news, we have been test fitting for some wheels and tires for the back of the first gen, because once we fix it, we are going to go to the track and actually run this thing. Morning, Dawson.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you?
You're looking quite flossing with the chain, baby.
Hey, you know.
Save some for the rest of the single guys out there.
Guns out. Do your chain hang low. You know, the wall to the flow. Are you ready? I can't take it.
And we got the OG first gen that doesn't really have a name. So, just first gen. Just first gen. Welcome back to another video. As you can see, we now have all of the first gens out of the shop. We even pulled the frame for the black first gen out of the shop because we have cleared the bay in front of the dyno. We're gonna be using the dyno today. So, first gen action coming at you. We're gonna be working on Gary. We've got some parts for Gary the Gray Grandpa first gen truck here. Have you ever wondered how much power first gens I would say do make, but don't make, because it's probably gonna be hysterically low on the dyno. But we're gonna dyno Gary, completely stock first gen. If you've ever wondered how much power they don't make, we're gonna find out today. We're gonna put some parts on it and hopefully pick up a little bit of power on Gary, but everything has been cleared out of the shop. Guys, shameless plug of the video. You already know it's coming. If you missed the last part of the last video, let me walk over here first. On the giveaway trailer, have you seen the new wheels that we just got done putting on? We've been waiting on these things. Diamond C was awesome enough to send us out. Check out these gloss black wheels with like machine centers. They go with the truck and the trailer, set up so much better. They match the silver on it, and they certainly match the wheels, the American Force wheels on the giveaway truck. Way better looking than any factory steel wheel, let's put it that way. So guys, if you have not gotten entered to win Wrenchworks giveaway number 7, now is the time. We are still running 20 times entries. By the time this video goes up, I'm assuming you only probably have between 3 to 4 days left. It ends this upcoming Monday on the 8th. Running 20 times entries throughout the entire last couple days here, so this is your best shot to get in and to win. Like I said, truck, matching trailer, and cash, whole package, whole setup going to one of you guys, but you can't win if you don't get entered. But now is your best chance. But anyway, had to show you guys that first thing in the morning. Like I said, we've got the frame pulled out because we're gonna be pulling Gary in this first bay here. Let's go check back in with the fellas, because we're gonna have a little competition here today. A little competition on what the lowest / highest horsepower that Gary is going to make. I cannot wait. All right, boys, yes. Competition time. Competition. Take your guess on the power. On the first gen. On Gary. I can't wait to hear Michael's number.
I mean, are we even going triple digits?
Wow. I know Michael probably wasn't.
Factory power is what, like 100 and change?
I don't know. I was actually going to see if I think the manual might be even in there. I forget. I think they're rated at like 140.
140.
I think 140 is like what they stock.
Okay. You know what? Give them the benefit. 99. Wow.
99.
I'm gonna go 74.
74?
74.
That's where I'm at, honestly.
I'll go, well, you lock it in now. Lock it in now.
Locked in at 99 just because I want to give him a benefit of the doubt.
All right, all right.
Why should go 100? That's the benefit of the doubt.
101 would be benefit, but I ain't think he's got it.
He ain't got it. All right, so you are,
99.
74.
I'll pick the medium. I'll go 88. 88. All right, well, there you go. We have our numbers. So we're gonna back Gary in. We're gonna get him strapped down. I'm already laughing because I'm just like, this is gonna be. Yeah, guys, also, it's kind of funny because when I first got into this industry and this sport, you always thought that, correct me if I'm wrong, Michael, you always thought the trucks that were on the dyno with the longest pull, you're like, wow, they're really making some power. Guys, the longer it takes you to do your pull through the dyno, normally speaking, the lowest horsepower, like when we dynoed, I forget what truck it was on, you know, well, it was all stock, but you know, it felt like it took 30 seconds. And when you turn it up, it just goes whoop. Golly, set the timer. Should be very interesting, but like I said, if you guys have ever been interested in how much power your first gen does not make, we're gonna find out today. Dawson is taking off to do some more pictures and videos for the Wrenchworks page. So he's taking off on that. But that could be you. That could be you pulling out of this exact driveway, winning that truck. But anyway, let's go get Gary inside the shop and let's get this going. Because like I said, we've got some parts that we're gonna put on him too. So he might actually pick up some power by the end of the day. He might be able to hit triple digits by the end of the day if he grows up. Oh yeah. Hey, you look good in that thing. It's a little hot in there, isn't it? Did you try it? You didn't even try it? Hey, it may not be. We haven't touched that one. Or Greg hasn't. I don't know.
I had to type it in.
You had to type it in. The drop-down menu didn't go old as 91.
No, 98.
98's the lowest it'll go. Be like, you guys are dynoing something older than a 98? Well, should we put some straps on it or no?
Just wheel chocks.
Just wheel chocks? Are you being serious? I can't tell if you're being serious or not. I mean, your Corvette's only in front of it. It's no big deal, right? I mean, like if, you know, insurance will handle that. No big deal. Yeah, I don't know. When you hit it, the engine just fell out. I don't know.
It's worth more if you hit it.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right, well, we might throw a strap or two on this thing, but, you know, we got Gary. We got Gary hooked up. How's she look underneath there? like a majestic 12 valve. That is what it looks like. Looks like a completely bone stock, uncleaned, you know, factory air filter. Just factory. All stock. That's all we do here. All stock. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna change this purple window tint up here, hopefully very soon. Are you ready to go?
I think I'm on my grandma's couch.
Bro, those are first gen luxury, my guy.
I'm gonna spin the rollers.
You think it'll do that? right. Here we are. You wanna? You know what I'm laughing? You know what I'm laughing? It's like all the first gen guys, or like all the mechanical guys in the comment section right now are just like, you guys didn't believe that could make any power. Yep. And we're not really sure. So we're kind of contemplating on whether or not the truck maybe does have a fuel pin in the pump or not, because it does seem to be reading, not reading, but it is showing that it's making a little bit more power than we anticipated. We did some online forum research, and a lot of guys were saying anywhere from like 140 to maybe 160 on a completely factory truck. The truck actually, so it's a 91, it's intercooled. If you look at the valve cover, it is a 180 400 engine, obviously not completely, you know, to the wheels on that rating, but what we came up with, and we also downed it in overdrive, which we took it out of overdrive, and that was one of our first number was 195, and we were like, what in the world? So 195 on the first pull. Where am I looking at that right here? Or that's not shown, but our last three that we did were 175, 177, and 180. And again, we don't have our exhaust hooked up, which should help. Yeah, 190. 190 was our first one. And then don't disregard the 55. That's what we were guessing. And then our last three were 175, 180, and 177. So we know that the truck has a factory intake and exhaust. As far as the fuel pin goes, we're gonna dive in and figure that out, because we were going to put a fuel pin in it and an intake and exhaust. We're actually gonna steal some parts from the black first gen, put them on old Gary here, and see what we end up with at the end of the day. See if we can't pick up a couple more horsepower. Here is our game plan going forward. First, what we're gonna do is we are going to swap our intake, and we're gonna put an exhaust on the truck. So we know that it's a factory exhaust, know that it's, I think, a factory intake here with a dirty filter. So we're gonna do intake, exhaust, and then re-dyno, and we'll visit our potential intercooler piping and taking a look at our pump over there. We're gonna save the pump for last, but intake and exhaust right off the bat. See what we got. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm great. Okay, we've got our dinky exhaust off. We've got our mix shift exhaust from the black truck. Now, you know, my plan was to adapt a second gen exhaust that we had gotten from our friends over at Banks. So this is an exhaust for a second gen. I do believe that you can make a tailpipe section from a second gen work on a first gen, but it would require us to essentially remake all of our hangers, which, you know, we just want to get to the action today, boys, okay? So what we have is we've got our intake on, and that is done. Nice and pretty, nice and beautiful. That's from the Hungry Diesel. Got our BHAF, bro. That's from your time frame, right? Come on. He's shaking his head. No, he just doesn't want to admit. Big honking air filter, guys. Obviously worth about 50 horse. And then we've just got a straight 4-inch pipe. And you know what? She just ends right there for now. Okay? So we're either gonna do that second gen exhaust or order a first gen exhaust, but we are gonna put a legitimate nice exhaust on this truck, because Gary deserves nothing but the best, you know what I mean? well, lo and behold, we have hit the almighty 200 horsepower, baby. So the previous runs were like 177, 180, 175, and our last couple ones we went from 183, 189, 200, and 202. So 202 and 489, and we were starting the runs. That last one I started, that was like 1200, and the other one I think was like 15, 16, 1700. I can't remember where down in here, but yo, certified ripper right now.
You can hear it fall off at like.
Oh yeah, like you can literally I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna stop here. I'm just gonna stop, hit the done button. Like there's no fuel, there's no ass behind it after X amount of RPM. But you know, we are in the 200 horsepower club. You know, Gary the grandpa truck, just getting her done. So intake and exhaust, you know. So you're telling me that all the first gen guys on TikTok that say they put an intake and exhaust on their truck and they make 400 horsepower with their VE truck, you're saying they're lying. All right, so anyway, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna get into a little pump things here and there. So your VE pump, the glorious, majestic beast that makes no horsepower, is this unit right here. So I think what we need to do is we're gonna take off these top 4 bolts, and your fuel pin, which gives you quite a bit more fuel, more horsepower, is underneath there. So we're gonna go ahead and look at that. Guys, we're probably not going to get into like max effort VE, like tweaking a whole bunch of stuff, springs and sort of stuff. I'm not sure how far we're gonna get into that today. We're really just looking to have a little bit of fun, dyno it stock, see where it's at, do a couple little bolt-on things, mess around with a little bit, show you guys some dyno action, and then maybe we'll revisit some max VE stuff. But we're not really going for anything crazy here. We're just looking to have a good time and show you guys some stuff. All right, we're diving in. It's the moment of truth. We went ahead and stole, this was the fuel pin out of the black first gen extended cab, which this is definitely an aftermarket fuel pin. It was not in the best of shape, let's put it that way. It was fairly rusty, which I probably should have shown you guys, but as you can see, there's it's not looking super great, but we're gonna see what this one looks like. Moment of truth, moment of truth. Factory AF.
Do we need that? No, the white washer's on here.
Yeah, the other white washer's on there. Well, that's definitely a factory fuel pin. By the way, the black extended cab spring that we took out, because I thought I had a fuel pin and a spring. That was my plan, that we were going to do that, but they seem to have gone missing in one of our many shop moves. But looking down inside this pump, I don't have a light, but it's looking pretty rusty down in there, which not all that good, but we'll check that out a little bit later. But I think we're ready to rip. All right, here you go. Hold the cam. Fire her up.
This is the heaviest 200 horsepower I've ever seen.
Dude, you don't need anything more than 222 horsepower. That's it. Wow.
Jesus.
Michael's like, take this away from me. Our final and last installment here, we've got, we stole the intercooler piping. So we've got our hot and cold side intercooler piping on the truck that we put on the black truck from the Hungry Diesel. We went ahead and left our grid heater in there because, you know, it may get cold in the middle of summer. So we left the grid heater in there. We didn't block off the grid heater or open it up or how grid heater delete. That's what I was looking for. Right, Michael? Right. Michael's ordering things on Summit for the 05. But we've got our intake horn, our intercooler piping. We got our fuel pin in there. 222 highest horsepower with the fuel pin in there. Let's see if we can do 225, my friends. So again, wow. Yeah, are you choking over there? Are you okay? Are you okay? I've never been so excited saying 225 horsepower in my life. This thing runs way better warm. Cooler down in neutral.
Easy.
I don't want to hit the. I was gonna pat the dash, but I don't think it needs any more patting.
She definitely does better with some heat.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's not even warm at all.
Turn that thing on.
Man, I bet you we changed the oil and all, girl. 230. Lord help us, we got a race car.
What a unit.
Telling you, what a unit. Gary, the grandpa truck, just throwing her down, boys.
Might have changed to Gary the good old race truck.
Gary, the good old race truck. Yeah, can I get that printed out? I'd like to hang that on my wall, please. That is going to wrap up this video. Again, like I mentioned before, just a entertaining, fun day on the dyno. Wondering what Gary, the first gen, puts down in factory form. What you can expect to maybe pick up, but not a whole lot. But it was a very, very fun day to say the least. But that is going to wrap up this video. Leave some comments down below if there's anything else that you would like to see us do on Gary. Put him on the dyno, but that's the whole reason that we got the dyno, right? To kind of like change parts out, see what they do in real life. So there is still plenty of work that we could do to the VE pump to get some more horsepower out, but we really weren't prepared for that fully. So anyway, boys, that's gonna wrap it up. We'll see you guys in the next video. Down to 3 or 4 days left on Wrenchworks giveaway number 7. You guys can be taking home this truck and trailer very, very soon. Ends this upcoming Monday on the 8th. Get in now. 20 times entries are live now. Best chance for you to get in and take this bad boy home, but it is going to one of you guys. But don't miss out on that. We will see you guys in the next video. Head over to wrenchworks.com, get entered. We'll see you next video very, very soon. See you.